The National Student Financial Aid Scheme has partnered with the Unemployment Insurance Fund to launch a graduate program. About 50 unemployed graduates from the Western Cape will be placed at NSFAS offices for a year to gain work experience. For more on this, we're now joined by NSFAS Administrator, Dr. Randall Carolison. A very good afternoon to you, Doctor. Thank you for coming in. How exactly is this partnership going to work?
Well, we are getting a list of unemployed graduates from the UIF, and we've interviewed. We decided to add those lists to our process of getting young people on board, and we've selected 50 people from that list, and we are now employing them as interns in service training. And these would be in fields like audit, ICT, finance, and so on. That will give them a nice, good head start and good experience to enter the formal job market.
Give us a sense of just the criteria that's used to select this 50 in a country where we know so many graduates are hungry for such an opportunity.
Well, it is a small start, yes, but we hope that many people would follow us, many people, private sector companies would follow us. But the criteria that we used were unemployment, previously NSFAS recipients, and in specific fields, like I said, it's ICT, data engineering, finance, and those types of fields. So they bring a lot of value to our company as well.
How long has this been in the works? I mean, NSFAS, we know, has had a bit of a rough year in terms of finances and management, yet here you are taking on one more thing as you try to right your wrongs?
No, it's not that. We're trying to move further down the value stream. So we know that the chance of you getting a job is much improved once you have a qualification, but there are real barriers to entry. And through this project of ours, we hope to identify those barriers to entry for people into the job market and share it with the rest of the world, or the rest of the country, so that our people can get into the job market. It has been a rough year, yes, but we have made great strides, I think. Still a lot of work to be done, though.
And just on the rest of the country, you made the point about the rest of the country. How soon before you as NSFAS are able to take this from the Western Cape to the 8 other provinces?
So NSFAS itself is a relatively small company. We employ about 500 people. So we hope with this pilot program that we can enter into talks with our private sector partners and encourage them to use our experience to make sure that they employ more NSFAS graduates for them to be able to enter the job market. So ours is mostly a pilot, which we hope that will be emulated by other private sector companies.
And just on the Western Cape, you've chosen to start there. Is that to do with the fact that your head office is based there?
Well, it was actually, yes, that was the first thing, because most of the work will be done in the Western Cape. But we have also selected from other provinces. That didn't come through very strongly. But we have students from Eastern Cape as well.
In this 50?
In this 50, yeah.
And then what's done for them? I mean, if they're coming from as far as the Eastern Cape, are you putting them up in accommodation, making sure that they've got food and other necessities?
That's a very important point. One of the entries to the job market for young graduates are those that need to go to cities. And they find that the intern salary that normally gets paid to them is far too little for them to, to exist or subsist in the city. So we have actually, between us and UIF, put up 6,000 Rand per month for students. That's probably not enough, but it's a good start to get people. So they will be treated as employees. We won't be putting them up in hostels and stuff like that.
Just as far as your efforts to try now and get other bodies and businesses perhaps involved in this sort of program, are people open to that, given that a lot of companies now, when you speak to those in charge, say, look, we're trimming budgets, there really isn't space, we're taking fewer interns, so there might not be the resources to take in more people? Well,
certainly the few companies that we've had discussions with were very enthused by this project. I think companies actually, if they are very forward-looking and visionary, they should be building this as a pipeline for new types of employees, because we're entering a whole new world with the 4th Industrial Revolution. Our millennials are talking a total different language. And so any sensible company should be onboarding young people and give them the opportunity to come into the company and not just focus on the lack of experience that young people have. So hopefully with this internship, when people are having a year or so at NSFAS, for instance, they are then much more employable. We certainly will be looking at some of these young people to get to absorb into our company as vacancies arise.
Which works for you as well, because
yes.
Employed graduates who are former NSFAS beneficiaries also means we finally get to have a situation where beneficiaries have jobs and are able to pay back their loans.
Well, the loans in the old system, yes, but we will also be having people, employees that have got empathy with the course. They understand where the students come from. They understand the importance of doing the job well. They understand that they have to do the administration right to give other people an opportunity. And we are working very closely with the student formations, with SAUs. They are very interested in what we're doing, and they are very willing partners to assist us. But this is a gain for us. We don't view this as a burden. We view this as an investment into our own future.
I might have missed this, Doctor, but this is a year-long program, am I correct?
Yes, it's a year-long program, and we will, every year we will then assess and absorb more. And as we employ students, we will supplement it. We also have a limited budget, but we'll work with that.
Okay. Let's all, I suppose, do what we can with what little we have. For now, though, Dr. Randall Carrison, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
Dr. Carrison is